Okay, so today's video, I am actually back in my kitchen. This isn't a cooking video, and it's just something that I'm kind of doing while I'm cleaning my kitchen. But if you've been watching any of my videos or have watched any of my videos, this is the second year that I am actually starting to do a lot more gardening things, a lot more gardening projects, you know, doing a lot more planting. And for about the last month, I have been keeping some of the potatoes that I've had bought in just a potato, container in a dark, warm place. And this is a sweet potato, of course. And as you can see, it's starting to bud out a little bit. And like I said, it's been a month and a half. And with these being store-bought potatoes and that, I do believe they're sprayed with a inhibitor. But I actually wanted to see, there are, I believe, 3 different kinds in here. I wanted to see if by chance that they would bud, and a lot of them have, like they're different kinds. These are little yellows or goldens, and this one right here also is starting to do a little bit of budding. But I wanted to try, because I do love like the giant potatoes like this. This one right here is just doing super. And as you can see, I kept quite a few of them. I definitely was trying to keep them from rotting. And I said, a lot of people say that you can't grow the potato because it's sprayed with an inhibitor, which I get. A lot of them will say that you shouldn't grow them in like your straight dirt, because a lot of them aren't like disease proof. And if you grow them straight in your ground, you could be introducing something bad to your soil. So what I am actually going to do, just because these are, doesn't that look like coral? I mean, that just looks like, underground coral from the ocean. I mean, that kind of looks really cool. So what I am going to do is very simple. I'm going to keep my box here. I am going to try to get these planted in containers, okay? And as you can see, some of them are a little bit different. Like I said, this is green. They're in different stages. The sweet potato is the one that actually looks like it's been taking the longest to root. And I only see roots up at the top. The yellow potatoes look okay, but I'm actually really wanting to try to get these jumbo potatoes, which is the potatoes I usually try to grow. And right now it looks like, a lot of videos I see, people have shoots that are kind of going crazy. They're like all over the place because they keep letting them grow. But what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to kind of start cutting the potatoes, and I am going to let them, I think it's called califying, or where it turns hard, where you don't want the fresh just cut potato put in the ground, because it could cause rot in that. So you want to let it set in a warm, sunny place, so that way it can kind of like heal over. And what I'm actually going to do right now, while I'm all kind of cleaning my kitchen and stuff, I am going to start cutting these up, and then I'm going to put them back in the box and set them out on my porch so they have some sun and they can calify or callus over, or just, dry out, so that way they have a protective barrier. And so on the sweet potato, I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, there are a couple couple eyes, but on here there's quite a few. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yep, that's what I'm going to try to do. But like I said, I am going to do them in containers, just to kind of see what happens. And like I said, they're getting very, very established. So I do want to get them dried out, and then I want to get them in the ground. And when I'm cutting them up, I want to look at the potato and make sure that each of the little sprouting sections will have enough potato as a source of nutrients and food in that, so it continues to grow. I don't want to just core out that part. I want to make sure that the actual growth that is coming out of the potato has enough potato to actually keep it healthy in that until it kind of gets established. So while I'm over here defrosting chicken for dinner, doing dishes and all this stuff, I just wanted to kind of pop in and do this video real quick because like I said, this is the second year I'm gardening and I am curious. I'm definitely wanting to try new things, see how things kind of go, and you know, you basically learn from doing. So, oh, and another reason why you need to really cut these off, because this part here wants to grow up. So if, like on this potato, you have one at the bottom and one at the top, one of those is going to die because the shoots are going to want to go up toward the light. So, yep. All right, so I'm going to get these cut up. I'm going to start frying my chicken. Oh, and also, just to let you know, I did finally, after over a month of back order, get my new microwave convex oven installed and put in. And this thing is awesome. I am going to do a review on it, but I actually want to use it in some of the different modes and stuff before I do a review. But it is super, super cool. So look forward to that too. But right now, I'm just going to start cooking and getting some potatoes ready. Okay, so I started with the sweet potato and the little golden potatoes first. What I did was I kind of, because all of the sprouts were at the top of the potato, of the sweet potato, what I did is I kind of split it in like a diamond. And I have 3 here. There's 2 here. And then on the far side, there was a single one. So I want to give each of them their own, their own space. And then with the goldens, this one here had a really good one. And then there's like 2 or 3 little ones wanting to come up. And then this part here had a cluster. And then these other parts here just had some small clusters. And you can see them just barely starting, but there is something on each one of them. So I just wanted to, again, there's a little one there, and I thought I seen one on this part. That one right there, I think. All right, so I'm going to get those moved to my box, and then I'm going to start dissecting all of these. Okay, so I got all the potatoes cut up where each of the potato pieces will have eyes and sprouts. You do need to be very careful because when you're cutting them and moving them, try not to knock off the sprouts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these outside. I have a table outside that I've been working on. And I'm just going to spread out a tablecloth or a pillowcase or something and then put these to where they can dry up a little bit. Okay, so out here on my back patio porch, I have my garden area that I work on. And this is where I'm gonna let the potatoes cure a little bit, you know. Of course, out here there will be a couple bugs, but since this is enclosed, it's not going to be as bad. I wanted to try to get all the cut pieces to face where the sun's coming in, because the sun will help to dry and cure the open parts. You do want to keep the parts that are cut and open up if you can. Some of these here are cut, you know, in different shapes, but I do want to try to keep the peel at the bottom, even if that means where you have to kind of adjust them, you know, but be very careful so you don't break off the sprouts. So I'm gonna keep these out here for 2 or 3 days. Some people will put them, I guess, in like a greenhouse or a windowsill. Again, this is the first time I am trying this, and it's going to go in a raised garden bed. So I've got 3 different types I'm just going to kind of play around with. Jumbo, russet potatoes, some yellow golden potatoes, and just some sweet potatoes, and we'll see if anything happens, you know. But all right, well, I will update you know, in a couple days, but drop in the comments, let me know if you've ever grown potatoes like this, if you've had any success, which types you used. Did you try to grow sweet potato? Did you try to grow russet or jumbo russet, or, you know, the smaller yellow golden potatoes? Any tips, tricks, or anything like that, let me know in the comments too. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this part 1 of, hey, let's try to grow some potatoes, but potatoes from the store. All right, so I'll see you in the next part. Bye-bye. I'm going to be doing an update on the potatoes that I cut. And then this is the biggest addition here so far. This is the strawberry carrot potato patch. I did a video of doing potatoes, and I actually am seeing potato growth. I have potatoes that are basically here and going up the side. So I see potato growth. It is so cool, but the only thing is I'm so silly because I have to dig out the potatoes, and I have strawberry bushes right there. So, yep, beginner's mistake, but that is why we have that right now for some of the new potatoes that I have. I did get a order of some more potatoes, seed potatoes, mega chip, 5 pounds, and I'm actually going to open these up and see how these are in a little bit. But I do owe you guys a lot of videos, and I'm actually going to get on to making those and showing you what everything, or well, what's been happening